we installed what has to be one of the most epic head units you can install on a BMW. The screen is absolutely massive, has more features than most modern cars, and the most important thing is that it looks like it belongs there. We first upgraded the OEM screen on my F30 a year ago with a slightly bigger screen compared to the OEM that packed a ton of features. I didn't think it could get any better until now. This new upgrade is insane. So this is a new head unit release for the F30, and guys, this is a massive display, 14.9 inches. It's a 2K IPS display, so everything's gonna look really, really good. The operating system is Android 13, which is also a new thing for these Xtrons units. It also runs wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. As far as memory, the unit comes with 4 GB of RAM, which is more than enough for multitasking, and 64 GB of storage for those looking to store files like movies and music. As far as accessories included in the package, you do have this that allows you to run a micro SD card or SIM card, a GPS antenna that's mainly for the native GPS app, the Xtrons harness, an external mic, an aux cable, USB ports, and a Wi-Fi signal extender. You also get a user's manual that pretty much runs down all the features that you get with the head unit, and an installation manual. If you're interested in reading about all the technical specs of this head unit, or you're interested in purchasing one, I'll leave links down in the video's description. So I can probably have the new head unit installed like this, but I'm gonna redo everything so I can show you guys how to properly do it. Pretty simple to do this on the F30. You got the trim panels, we'll remove those, which is gonna expose some hardware right here. This cover needs to come off as well. And then the rest of it is just pulling out the unit and installing the Xtrons harness. Guys, I'm telling you, you do not need professional help to install these. Most people have better success when they install it themselves, and just watch this video. Trust me, plug and play, no extra stuff needed. 15, 15, and for the display itself, you got a 15 here and a 15 here, which is gonna be hard to see, but it's there.
Got a little fast with that the handheld, didn't you?
I know, I normally do this all with regular tools and not, power tools, but I just wanted to speed run past this.
Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going.
See if I can get that screw, man, because as soon as I pull it, it's just gonna fall into nowhere. It's right here. Oh shit. It's about to slide. No! You got it! There it is. So I'll put a microfiber towel right here. Only reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to scratch any of the trims and surfaces with this big unit. All right, so now we're just gonna remove all the connectors here. Obviously, if you have an OEM screen, it's gonna be a little bit different, but you wanna make sure you unplug the connectors from the back of the screen so that you can pull it off. It'll make things easier later on. I'm gonna cover 2 very important things to make sure you have audio. The fiber optic wire, green and black, comes out of this slot right here. You have to remove it from there, and then you transfer it into the Xtrons harness in the same slot. You won't have audio unless you transfer the fiber optic wires. Very important. Plug and play. The second thing I have to talk about when it comes to audio, some cars may require you to unplug this and run the included aux cable from here, however you want to route it, to your center console right there. Most cars, from my experience, need to run the aux cable. Since these units come with the external mic, I don't care to use it, so I'm not gonna install it in this video. But if you were, plug it in where it says mic. All right, so the male side of the Xtrons harness, we'll open up the latch here. And then that's it, lock it into place. All right, so we'll get these connectors back on here. 1, 2. Now you gotta find a spot for this. I know for E90X cars, this is much harder to find a spot. For this one, there's plenty of room on the bottom side. Should be able to sit nice and flush. This would be the absolute perfect opportunity to test the display. We'll do that off camera. And if everything works, we'll put everything back together and then we'll show you the display. I'll be seeing it for the first time as well. And I'll show you guys all the features. Insert it. So my first impressions for this upgrade, well, put it like this, I was blown away. The display looks amazing. It's large, the colors are vibrant, and the navigation is buttery smooth. You can either control the display by either using the factory iDrive controls on the center console, or you can just use the touchscreen display. The home screen layout looks super modern, and you can even customize it to fit your needs. You can even add shortcuts to the main menu, which is very cool and very convenient. Going into the app screen, you can see all the pre-installed apps, and since the display is run by Android 13, you can head over to the App Store and install pretty much anything you'd normally find on a smartphone or tablet. There were some pre-installed apps that really stood out to me. First one being the Torque app, which if you purchase the optional OBD plug, allows you to scan for codes, see some additional parameters that you normally don't have access to, and other cool stuff. Another app is DSP. The unit comes with an upgraded audio chip, and this app allows you to control every aspect of it. A ton of features and very in-depth. Lastly, the dashboard app was super interesting. It's essentially a digital cluster, probably not super useful for the driver as they'd want to focus on the road while driving and not the infotainment display. That said, the UI looks clean and modern. The main reason most of you guys buy these head units from me is for the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This car runs both of those wirelessly. I myself own a Pixel phone, so today I'll be showing you guys what Android Auto looks like. The UI fits perfectly on this wide screen and everything is super responsive and smooth. Just like a modern car that has CarPlay, you can multitask between apps, which is when... Layla, can you stop walking around? Lay down. Go to bed. Go. Just like a modern car that comes with CarPlay, you can multitask between apps, which is when having a bigger screen is super beneficial. The unit settings menu is super easy to understand. Display brightness, audio, video, all self-explanatory. And I even found a video in motion option, which by the way I do not recommend using, but could probably be useful for your passengers. And yes, you still have access to your OEM iDrive interface with this upgrade. Either hold the menu button on the center console for a few seconds or select car device from the home menu. If connected to the internet or some sort of a hotspot connection, you can use apps like YouTube and browser, which works flawlessly on the Xtrons unit. Obviously, because of the screen's dimensions, watching a YouTube video full screen doesn't really work well because you'd be cutting out some of the footage, but at least the flexibility is there.
That's fucking crazy.
So a common question I normally get when I make these videos is how's the sound quality? That's very important, especially knowing that you have to, for a lot of these models, run the aux cord. I can assure you I've listened to the system off camera and it sounds good. And I haven't even tweaked the settings. Remember, it does have a DSP chip installed and that makes a huge difference when it comes to the bass, the highs, and everything in between. All right, so I have a soundtrack here lined up. I'm gonna go ahead and play it so you guys can hear what it sounds like. Trying to be unbiased here, even though I sell the units and I'm a big believer of the brand. This is probably the best aftermarket head unit I've ever got my hands on. The screen, the quality, the music, the features, just how diverse it is. Just makes you want to drive the car more. Even though I can't drive it because the car is not really done yet, but this is A1. And the best part is CCC guys, those units are available for you guys, E90, E60, CIC, should be available very soon. And then for those that don't have an OEM iDrive display, I'm sure Xtrons will be releasing the one that installs similar to this one on the top of the dashboard. If you have any questions about these head units, make sure and email us. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, Thanks for watching. Till next time.